What is going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here with the one, the only Dilly Vanilli, and we are here to talk about football and the preseason and the NFL upcoming 2018 season. I got myself a new chair here. It's a lot more comfortable because now I actually have a backrest, so I can actually lean back. So when Kevel and AC are just ranting, I can just lean back and have a good time, just like Dilly over there. And we're going to talk about the big thing that happened today, Jalen Ramseys' interview with GQ, where he pretty much called every quarterback in the NFL trash. So we're going to talk about that, and that's going to be the center of our conversation. But we're here to talk to you guys and kind of get into the live stream groove because we haven't been, really doing a ton of live streams throughout the offseason, a lot of topic videos, a lot of team previews, that sort of thing. So we want to get you guys involved. Give us your questions, whether it's preseason related, maybe your team, training camp, any questions regarding the NFL, we'll definitely answer those. Also, want to give a quick shout out to the Fantasy Football League. I made a video yesterday announcing the Fantasy Football League. So if you haven't already, let me know if you want to be in the Fantasy Football League. I don't even know if it's full yet. I think it's pretty close to full. I'm just going to check the league right now because I haven't checked it for a couple of hours. But looking at the owners right now, we have two teams left. I did send invitations to a couple more people who have yet to accept those. So if you are one of the people that's already let me know, I've probably already sent you an invitation. So if you want to check your email, join the league. If you haven't already said you want to join the league, let me know, and then I'll hit you up in your email. Just let me know your email and all that stuff. It's on ESPN, so let us know about that. And the draft is going to be the 27th, Monday, probably later in the night. We have a set time of 8. I think it's 8. I'm not sure. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 8.
Okay. Dilly, lots to talk about, bro. How you been doing? What you been feeling? What's the groove for the NFL season right now? Are you getting pumped? You're sort of lagging right now. I don't know why. Okay, I think
you're really lagging. Your video is kind of screwed up.
Are you good?
Yeah. Your video's laggy, bro.
Hello? Okay, you're
great.
Can you come back in? Damn it, Dilly. Every single time. All right, let's get to the chat. Wrath of a Raider retracted his message. Zach Frederick says, sup, guys? What's going on? Savage says, time to upgrade the dial-up. It's not me, right? It's Dylan, right? I think. I don't know. We'll see. Savage says, who you got in the Super Bowl? Well, we'll let you know about that. I don't want to say that right now because I don't want to spoil our predictions. But I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think people are going to expect who I have in the Super Bowl. If you guys maybe want to guess, you guys can go ahead and guess and see how accurate you are. I'm sure that Dylan and myself are very opposite, though. I think Dylan has some opposite teams to myself in terms of who's going to be in the Super Bowl. So I'm interested to see. They asked who we think is going to be in the Super Bowl, Dylan. I don't want to spoil it because we're going to do videos on it. But, yeah.
Okay, just an indication, we definitely have our favorites. So go check out those very prompting shill there of our product. But yeah, I mean, I can't really say because I know we're going to do a video on that. But there's a lot of teams I'm looking forward to. What are we at? About 3 weeks away from the regular season. So up here. I don't want to. And Jags versus Rams.
Dylan, you're lagging again. What's going on here?
It's your camera. It's not my camera.
It's not my camera. Watch the stream, bro.
It is.
What is going on here?
You're lagging to me, and I'm lagging to you. I don't know, bro. Is it getting any better? Because
I'm gonna boot Dylan right out this chat.
No,
just eject yourself. Oh, are you better now?
Is it no one?
Aw, he was better. Oh well. So Sebastian Ortiz says, huge fan for Roquan Smith. How about you? I think you meant of Roquan Smith. But anyways, Roquan Smith, I think he's going to be a beast. I think he could be the defensive rookie of the year, just based off he's in Chicago, so they're going to have a solid defense. He's going to be that middle linebacker. I think he'll quickly become the leader of this defense, and he really screams to you like the prototypical modern day NFL linebacker. He can cover, he can run, he can blitz, he can tackle. He's really NFL ready. And I don't know if there's been a linebacker in the last couple of years that's been as NFL ready as Roquan Smith. I was a huge fan of Edmonds as well, but I don't think Edmonds was quite as NFL ready as Roquan Smith. But I could see Edmonds being better at the end of the day, just in terms of potential. But I think that Roquan is one of the more NFL-ready defensive players and definitely could be defensive rookie of the year. Obviously, his holdout sort of hurt those chances, but we'll see. And I'm also a fan of the Bears, so maybe they'll turn it into something. Okay, Dylan's back. I think he's better. Let's see.
My fault. This is on this fucking.
Maybe turn your quality of your camera down. I'll do the same.
How is it going to change anything? Where do I go? Settings. We keep it good here, you know. Here, I'm just gonna go to a regular webcam, man. That's gonna be the computer webcam.
Or maybe go audio.
Right. Any better?
I think so.
I want to go audio.
Oh man,
no, I don't want to go audio.
You keep lagging. It's weird. Don't get so mad, man. Look at this, Dylan. I'm gonna retitle this to Dylan throws a fit on live air. Can anybody help Dylan's connection, bro? He's rage quitting over here.
This shouldn't be happening. Am I any better?
Your voice is clearer. But now you're in the dark.
I don't know what.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm not gonna put if it's the webcam. I'm not gonna put the webcam back on.
I don't think it's the webcam. I just think it's the internet or our connection. I don't know.
My connection is it's fully.
Bro, I don't know. Ultra is sorry for Dylan. He says, "Sorry, Dylan."
This is so stupid. I want to answer the questions with this fucking computer. Hold on, I'm gonna restart my computer. Just hold me.
All right, man. Dylan's having some technical difficulties. This is what happened. This is why you gotta get the kinks out in the preseason. We're like the Patriots in their first preseason game where they had Brian Hoyer thrown to a bunch of bum ass receivers who couldn't catch or get open. That's basically what we're like right now. Ultra says Ramsey doesn't know what he's talking about. Ryan is a very good quarterback. I'm going to wait till hopefully Dylan gets back on to talk about the Ramsey comments because I thought they were very interesting. Ryan is very good. He is 10 times better than Bortles ever was. Ben also torched Jalen Ramsey in the playoffs. Just ball Ramsey, don't talk. Savage says, what about the NFC? Who do I have in the Super Bowl? I'm not going to let you know. I will say that Ultra is very savvy because he's been watching all the preview videos. So he probably has a pretty good idea on what I think and what I like. But Dylan, Jags and Rams, interesting. I could see it, maybe. I could see it. I'm not going to say what mine is, though, so you guys have to wait and see. Sebastian says, huge fan of Roquan Smith. I already answered that. RVD says, bigger concern for Dallas, the wide receivers or the secondary? I'm assuming this question was mostly for Dylan, but I'll answer it. I think the bigger concern is that's tough because I don't think either unit is fantastic, but I don't think that let's say if the corners played well, I feel like the offense could get it done without great receivers. But I feel like if the corners aren't good, I don't think the receivers are good enough to carry the team. So I don't think the offense is good enough to carry the team, but I don't think the defense is that bad. So by answering this question, I think that the cornerbacks are probably slightly better. And I know that might be a hot take, but I think the corners on Dallas are slightly better than their receivers. And I think it also helps that they have a better coach on that side of the ball. When you talk about the Cowboys, they have a pretty solid defensive coordinator and staff there. And I think with their secondary being the fact that their defensive line is so strong and they're able to get pressure, it's not really a liability the way it might be on a team that can't really generate as much pressure. So the receivers, otherwise, like on the offensive side of the ball, it doesn't matter if you have a great quarterback, great running game. Receivers are going to have to get open, whether they're playing press, zone, man, whatever it may be, they still need to get open. It's not like another position really impacts that as much as it does the defensive line to the secondary. So I feel like the Cowboys' defensive line is the biggest strength beside their offensive line. So that will allow their secondary to play better than it actually is. So I think the secondary is less of a concern. I think the wide receivers are more of a concern because when you can play in the box and put like 8 guys in the box consistently against Zeke, which is the power running game, which is what Dallas wants to try and do, and that's their bread and butter, then that's definitely going to throw the Cowboys off their game plan, game in and game out. And if they play teams with great corners, like let's say they play the Rams, let's say they play the Jaguars, or even in that division, I mean, it's going to be difficult against a team like the Eagles just to get a consistent run game going, because the Eagles will be able to play. Even though the Eagles' corners aren't that good, their defensive line is very good, and they'll be able to just scheme. Schwartz will find ways to scheme around it, expose those receivers. And because the Cowboys don't have a receiver that anyone really fears, or even a tight end, it's going to hurt their run game. It's going to hurt Dak's productivity and also Dak's ability to scramble. So I think the receivers are their biggest weakness. The corners, I think, are probably second, but I think the corners will be actually better than people expect. Wrath of a Raider says Saints versus Patriots. Everybody's guessing Saints versus Patriots. Interesting. You know what? The AFC side has been very interesting because usually I pick the Patriots. Obviously, they're my team, and I've picked the Patriots to win the Super Bowl the last, I think, 3 of the last 4 years, something like that. I picked them in 2016. I picked them last year. Dogs are going nuts. I picked them. I don't think I picked them in 2015, but you could check those predictions. And I picked them in 2014. So I've picked them quite a few times over the years. Obviously, they're my team. Obviously, they've been one of the better teams in the league, and they've won 2 Super Bowls at the times I predicted them to win. And I thought they would win last year, but obviously some things happened. Eagles were a very good team. They took it. So I think that the Patriots have a chance, and I think the Saints have a chance, but I'm not actually even sold on what my Super Bowl is yet. I still need to check a few things. I'm still watching the preseason to get a gauge of the teams. And even I've recently changed one of my picks, which I want to wait for Dylan to get on here because he doesn't even know. I've changed one of my playoff teams in the AFC because just some of the things that I've seen in preseason, training camp, they've kind of changed the way I've been thinking about some of these teams. And maybe I'm overreacting, but some of the teams in preseason just look so good that it's kind of hard to ignore, especially the starters and stuff. So I like the way that some teams have been playing football. But we'll see about that prediction. Maybe it'll be accurate, maybe it won't. But where I was going with the Patriots thing is usually they're the default in the AFC because I just think, like, is there any team in the AFC that can really beat them? I mean, maybe if everything goes right, you know, there's a couple of teams like the Jaguars, the Chargers, maybe the Steelers, but like you can't really pinpoint one team that you for sure can say is going to be better than New England. So that's always the difficult thing with me being a Patriots fan. And especially this year, because I think there's so many teams up in the air in the AFC that you don't really know what they're going to do. So that's why it becomes the Patriots being the default. Do I think the Patriots win the Super Bowl? I don't know. They definitely could, but my guess would probably be no. But I think they could. But I don't know, So Caleb Turner says Falcons or Eagles week number 1. I'm guessing you're asking. I would have to pick the Eagles at this current point in time. But we'll see. I think the Falcons will make it a very entertaining and close game. They played them really well in the playoffs, and outside of New England, they played their best, most competitive game. I think the Falcons defense does give issues to the Eagles, so that's going to be intriguing to watch. I also want to see how the Falcons' new defensive line, a lot of mixing and matching, a lot of different players. So we'll see how the Falcons' defensive line this year reacts to the Eagles' dominance on their offensive line. And if the Eagles and Carson Wentz, if he can come back strong, he might be a little rusty. I think that the Falcons are going to give them a really good game, but I think that the Eagles will be probably the team to win that. Savage says, Chargers, bro. Darn, that's a strong statement. Chargers are good, man. I'm a big fan of the Chargers. Caleb Turner says, I have them high in the power rankings. Ghost says, sup, guys? What's going on? Ghost Skittle. Talking about Rivers. Jalen Ramsey is toxic. Wow, you guys aren't fans of Jalen Ramsey? I love Jalen Ramsey. We need more players like Jalen Ramsey to just tell them how it is. That's what I think. Savage says, Jaguars 100% making the postseason. They have the best coach in that division. I would argue that Bill O'Brien might be a better coach, but that's tough to say. Tough to say. Ultra's power rankings. His top 10 heading into week 1. You ready for this, guys? Eagles, Saints, Patriots, Steelers, Falcons, Packers, Jaguars, Rams, Vikings, Chargers. I've actually seen quite a few power rankings having the Rams at 1 or 2. I've seen the Patriots as low as 6, I think. I haven't seen too many like NFL Network, ESPN, Bleacher Report. I haven't seen too many people like super high on the Saints. Jaguars are obviously been in the top 5, so it's surprising you have them at 7. Vikings are usually a top 5 team for a lot of those media outlets as well. So interesting power rankings. Ultra gave me $1.99. Thank you, Ultra. If you guys could also give us some money, I mean, that would be awesome. Super chat, always appreciate it. Super chat button right below where you comment. If you guys want to donate to the channel, helps us out, and we can afford to make better content. What else people saying? Patriots, Celtics, Red Sox, Bruins fan says hi. Rob says Jags fall back to earth a bit this season. I could see it. What else? Savage says Saints have the best team on paper in the NFC. Maybe. Caleb says, I think one of the birds are going to the bowl again. Maybe. I can't give you my predictions yet. Savage says Rams are good too. They have a good coach. Oh man, there was this there was Wired Up with there was Wired Up or Wired or whatever they call it, NFL Network, with Sean McVay. If you guys haven't seen that, it's all over Twitter. It's awesome. This guy just goes around. He's like he's so energetic. He's so exciting. He just knows so much about football. It's just awesome to see. He just goes around to all his players. He seems to have a great connection with all his players, defensively, offensively, joking around with even Aqib Talib. He's going to be a very good coach. He's already a good coach now, but I think he might, maybe this is bold, I think he's going to be one of the greatest coaches of all time. Just the way that he talks football, the way that he schemes, obviously, offensively, and he just seems to have a swagger about him, a confidence, a team leadership quality that I think is going to allow him to have success and sustain success for a long period of time. So I think if you're a Rams fan, you're very happy with your current situation, obviously, but your head coach, I think, is going to put you in position to have good teams for year in and year out. I just really like Sean McVay right now, and that Wired. If you guys haven't seen it, go see it, watch it. It's just hard to explain, but you can just see this quality, this intangible about Sean McVay that I think makes him a great head coach. That I think a lot of people across the NFL have realized now. What do you think of my power rankings? I already gave you my opinion. Caleb says Rams are number 9 in my rankings. I feel like that's kind of low. Arian says, question, Mitch, what is your favorite show on the Russo brand? It's obviously Castrating the Marks. Greatest show of all time. Rob says, I'm liking the defenders. I'm liking that defenders are adjusting to the helmet rule. We have to see about that. I don't know. I don't know about that rule yet. I'm not sold. There's Dilly Vanilli. He is back.
I don't know. I don't like that rule. I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about.
The helmet rule. You know what I've noticed is that the offensive players aren't adjusting. Like I saw Ralph Webb, for example, who is the Patriots running back right now in preseason. He just went straight head on with a defender, and they didn't call shit. They just
they're not going to call it on offensive players like that. I feel like
but they should. That's the rule.
No, I know, but that's the negative of this rule.
But I don't think they should have that rule. You're like taking football out of football. Like you're taking a football play that is taught from a young age as a running back to put your head down, and you're taking that out of the game, essentially. Right?
No, it's hard because I played a little bit of running back. It's just the way that it is you're supposed to put your head down. That way you can get through the first couple of yards of it. And for just to tell a whole generation, just get rid of it.
And you have to complete, because that doesn't just start at the NFL. That affects college, that affects high school, that affects football at a young age of the coaching. Because if you're going to change that rule, and that rule has such an impact that it changes the sport, then you're changing coaching. So I don't like the rule right now because I think it's too gray. It's not black or white, and it's just going to change the game too much. But I don't know. I mean, if it makes the game safer and players can adjust and coaches can adjust, then I'll be for it. But at this point, I just am not sold on it.
Yeah. I want to get to some of these things that I didn't get to just because I wasn't here for them.
Go ahead. A lot of comments. Thank you guys for joining us here.
A lot of comments. Thank you.
Sticking through Dilly's terrible internet. But
I feel like I was set up. From the beginning. That's what it was. Let's see. Ghost Skittle asked me if I watched Big Brother. Yes, I did. I watched it tonight. That's actually why I wanted to wait a little early or later to watch it. Good stuff tonight. Good stuff. I can't wait.
I want to ask you. My parents have been watching this show. Do you watch the show Bachelors in Paradise?
No, I've heard of it though. Is it a Bachelor rip or a spinoff?
It's like these really good-looking people go to this island, and then they like basically have like a reality show about relationships. Like and I was trying to explain to my parents that this is clearly a written television show, and they weren't buying it. It's clearly like if wrestling is written, this is written. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing.
I did record an MTV show tonight. I want to watch it because it's the season premiere, and it's kind of like that where they all have to group up together and be like in relationships from the start. I forgot what it's called, but anybody knows.
And transitioning that into Hard Knocks. Now, Hard Knocks is not a written show, but I think it's fair to say they pick and choose what's going to be on the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Well, first of all, half of it is about practice. You can't write stuff about practice. Yeah. But the second half is like, well, at least the first. Producing the guys, you're getting used to these people that you wouldn't normally know. Carl Nassib's talking about fucking financials over here. I mean,
that was
a smart dude.
Okay, the first episode was awesome. I haven't seen the second episode yet, but I'm going to soon. So what was your big moment in the first episode that you liked the most?
Say that one more time.
What was the big part of the first episode that you liked the most?
I like just seeing like all the coaches and getting all like used to what they're going to do, like in all the conversations that they had with their quarterbacks and stuff. Because I like seeing Todd Haley voice his opinion in that big meeting that they had with Hugh Jackson.
Did you like that? Did you like? Oh my God, I thought that was so like. It indicated where the Browns were at as a franchise when Hugh Jackson has to say to all of his coaches that he's going to run his team the way he wants.
You're cutting out again. That's really pissing me off. You're saying because you're like Jackson having to run the team that he wants to run? Is that what you're saying?
He said basically Hugh Jackson stood up in front of the coaching staff and he said, I'm going to run the team the way I want to run the team. I think that's indicating how the team is like doing right now. That's not good.
Well, for a guy like Todd Haley, who has been a former head coach and just got here, he's like, the fuck is this guy talking about? He just watching the 131.
Like, of course, you're the fucking head. Why do you need to tell us this? And Hugh Jackson, like the whole episode, I feel like, bro, this is another. Hugh Jackson is a magician. He is a genius. Like, he is the best, worst head coach of all time. Like, the way people talk about him, he's what, 1-31?
1-31, yeah.
1-31. And people still talk about him like he's a great coach.
If you listen to the fans in like the hypes for this video, they're like, yeah, Browns are coming back in. Look at how great this is. And I'm like, did you just watch the coach that we all watched? Like, I don't understand where this is coming from.
From his press conferences to the way he talks about himself and the team and the players and how he basically blamed the whole last season on Deshaun Kaiser. And then going from that to like making himself look like Hard Knocks, it almost looked like an episode about Hugh Jackson. And I understand that was a tough loss. Obviously, he had a couple of losses within the family, and they were going to showcase that. But it basically, Hugh Jackson's the star of the show.
But you know who my star of the show is? Fucking Brogdon over there, fourth string QB, filling up the fridges.
Yeah, I knew. I was like, that would be Dylan. If we had a bottom line view Hard Knocks, that would be Dylan filling the friggin' fridge up, getting the nuggets.
Give me the Oreos. What kind of beer you want? I'm just gonna go. You know what? Let me go stock up the beer. Like, no, this is not healthy. I'm sorry. I just want to get you guys what you want to get. I'm sorry. But no, I thought the first episode was very good though. We got more relatable. Second episode, I watched about 30 minutes of. I haven't watched the last 20. But old boy Corey Coleman got cut, so they were basically talking about him for a good first start of the episode. It was funny because they're like, he's getting mad in practice, like he's not catching footballs, and then he goes up to Hugh Jackson's office and he's like, bro, if you guys don't fucking want me here, why don't you just trade me? And then like a minute later, Bills for a 7th round pick, and one of the guys in the office is like, man, you know how he's like, you got traded for a 7th round pick? That's just like throwing them out there, like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's just like saying we don't want to release you, but we're just trading you to anybody that wants you.
Yeah, that's basically how the mentality of the episode was. They're like, yeah, goodbye, Corey Coleman.
Okay, I can't wait to watch that. What do you think of Jarvis Landry?
I do like, I
like the speech, but the whole thing that I saw on Twitter about him like slapping that dude, that was just why.
He didn't slap him. He threw a fucking football at his helmet.
like what was that?
A great receiver. He's gonna be very good for them. But as we were talking about in our Twitter DMs yesterday, this guy seems like he's the total Madonna of the NFL, and I don't understand it. You're for a Browns organization. I know you want to win, and the fact that you've been on the Dolphins team and are now coming to a 1-31 team, you don't really have that winning mentality that's been there for years. But like, what is goal you're fighting with your teammates that you just met? Makes no sense to me. I did like you said, that speech was great, but then it gets halted by the fact you just slapped a fucking football on a guy's face. Like, what am I supposed to take out of that? And there seems like there's a lot of fighting this year. Like, I know a lot of training camp fights happen within teams. It's happened before.
Bro, but like, Will Hernandez has fought like 8 times.
Well, like, Myles Garrett was getting into it, and
what was that one at the Jets practice where like everyone was trying to find if Sam Darnold was okay?
Really?
Like there was like this whole like mountain of people, like you couldn't even see him in there. Like there was like 100 people, like there was like 50 guys on each team, like just jumping on each other. It was like a brawl.
Was it the Jets Redskins fight? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And and everybody on Twitter, they're just fighting to see who gets the worst record in the NFL. I thought that was funny. But yeah, no, it's just, I mean, I know those fights are going to happen, but like when you see it in your own team and you see it so often, like I know it's Hard Knocks, we're going to get a lot more of the stuff, but like, Jesus Christ, they've been fighting a lot. So I don't know. And they also focus on Antonio Callaway a lot this episode because of his little drug citation or his marijuana arrest.
We'll get to Antonio Callaway, but let's get to a prima donna, as you put it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to Jalen.
Jarvis.
Let's get to Jalen. Jalen Ramseys, thoughts on quarterbacks around the NFL. I'm going to go through each one. You tell me accurate, not accurate, what you think about it, all right?
I'll hate this game. Okay.
On Tom Brady, doesn't suck.
I think he's pretty accurate on that. Didn't really give much description. I think, didn't he say that for Aaron Rodgers too?
Yes, he says on Aaron Rodgers, does not suck. He added a not in there. He says Tom Brady doesn't suck. Aaron Rodgers does not suck.
Okay, so I think he says that Aaron is just a little better. No, I'm kidding. Yes, that is correct, though. Accurate.
On Eli Manning, I won't say Eli's good. I'll say Odell's good.
Very accurate.
I think that's the most accurate one he had, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On Josh Allen, and I know I disagree with this, but you're going to like it. He's trash. Stupid draft pick.
Okay, I wouldn't go that harsh, but
especially because he hasn't played yet.
Like literally, he just played one preseason game. But I'm not a fan of him, so I would lean more towards accurate than not accurate. But it's a little harsh.
Now, Ultra's gonna love this one.
Okay.
Matt Ryan, overrated.
Well, I know you agree that he's overrated.
I do agree. I don't think Matt Ryan. Okay, it depends how you rate Matt Ryan. If you see him as an elite quarterback, I don't think he's that. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback.
No.
So and I should actually explain what he said, because he said that you go from MVP, lose your offensive coordinator, and what does that say about you? I think that was another very accurate statement.
Yeah. And Savage Leary points it out. He went 38-7 in terms of touchdown to interception rate to 20-12 the next season. He's a good quarterback, like you said, but if you put him in that top 10, I can't agree with you. So if Jalen thinks that people are putting him in the top 10, I would agree. Yeah, I don't think he's like amazingly overrated, but he's a little bit.
This is one I don't get. On Big Ben, decent at best.
This one's a little whack.
Especially because he played them. I know they beat them twice, but he ripped them up that last game.
Oh, no. What was it, 45-42? Like, neither defense showed up.
And those were a lot of great passes that he made.
And yes, they do have a lot of they have a lot of
talent.
Talent. There you go. A lot of great.
He said that it was like Eli where Brown was making Ben.
No, I absolutely disagree. If you look at the throws that Big Ben was making over the course of 2017 to the throws Eli was making to his receivers, just night and day. I know talent, offensive line, whatever, but you just look at the throws. Eli Manning's deep throw in 2017 got so much worse. His accuracy is down. Big Ben's accuracy is still very good, especially to Juju Smith-Schuster. He was super accurate to Juju Smith-Schuster. So I don't get this one. I feel like this one's more of a personal one. Yeah,
I do as well, just because the Steelers are sort of their rival right now. But I would say, Ben and Brown, that's more so I think they make each other. Because, without one or the other, they wouldn't be as good. So,
yeah.
Now you're going to love this one.
All right.
On Dak Prescott, he's okay. Zeke runs that team, though.
Didn't he make worse?
Yeah, he was like, he's good. He's all right. No, I'll just say he's okay. I thought that was hilarious. He kept going. He kept going down. He's like, he's good. No, he's.
He is right. Zeke does run that offense. He's going to get a lot of passes thrown to him this season. And he does run that offensive side just because we don't have a lot of receiver talent. I would say this is semi-fair. I think he still doesn't get enough attention, but seeing off of last year and what he did in the last half, I can see why you said this comment.
On Deshaun Watson, league MVP in a couple years, 100%.
Oh, for sure. This is one of the best ones for me personally. And here's the thing I liked about it. It was in his own freaking division. Like it's in the.
And he also said this about Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Well, both of them totally agreed. Carson Wentz was number 1, number 2 in MVP voting before he got hurt last year. No reason why not to see it next 5 years. And Deshaun's amazing. So
Marcus Mariota, great quarterback for their team. I don't understand that comment.
In terms of culture, maybe, because I feel like Tennessee fans are very, they like Marcus Mariota. But in terms of on-field production, I don't. What have we seen from him? I feel like the Tennessee fan base would really like what Mariota brings. And plus, he caught his own pass in the playoffs. But, I don't, in terms of a player, I don't think he's that good, from what we've seen.
All right, this is the final comment that I will bring up. This is my favorite one. On Blake Bortles, he gotta do what he gotta do.
What was the comment? Sorry, I didn't.
He do what he gotta do.
Look,
that's
no player on their
teammate saying he's shit, but I don't want to say it.
No, yeah, I was about to say, as a teammate, you can't say that because you're gonna fucked. If you say everybody's mad that he didn't say that. Come on, dude, you're not gonna say that about your QB. Now, with that being said, if he retires or not retires, but leaves a different team or 5 years later, he'll be like, yeah, he was kind of shit. But right now, he just has to be accurate. Oh, and he also called Flacco overrated too, didn't he? Did
he said he sucks. He just said he sucked. Yeah.
Nice.
Which, speaking about Joe Flacco, this is the big announcement. Okay. I am putting the Ravens in the playoffs.
Oh no!
Instead of the Raiders. I really like Joe Flacco this offseason. I think he's going to have a bounce back year. I love the Ravens defense, and I like what I've seen from their team. So I know it's just preseason, but I really like the reports out of camp, and just I think this team's going to have a bounce back year. Plus, how much I like Harbaugh. So I don't know. With the Raiders thing and the whole Khalil Mack situation, it's sort of making me pull back a little bit. I think the Raiders will still be 9-7, but I think the Ravens might slip in there as the 6th seed now. So I'm changing that as my guess.
And I will be supremely confident saying they will go 6-10. I'm sorry. Although I do want Alex Collins to be good because I drafted him in fantasy. So.
All right, but that's my change. I'm putting the Ravens in. I'm taking the Raiders out. Plus, I thought the Ravens got very injured last year, and I think that could be different this year. We'll see.
They did get better in receiver. They definitely freaking needed that. So,
yeah. Cruisin 26 says Ramsey speaking facts.
Facts, not FACTS, FAX.
Savage Larry says, LOL, no way a rematch of Super Bowl 53. Eagles already have injuries. Pats losing Nate Solder will be huge.
In terms of talent and what these teams have, I feel like this could be the most likely Super Bowl rematch we've had in about 5 years. But there's still a lot of competition, so I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Plus, I would say in regards to both of those comments, I mean, the Eagles had injuries last year, and they won the Super Bowl. And the Patriots losing Nate Solder, they lose players all the time, and Trent Brown's been like the best offensive lineman in their camp, and he's playing left tackle. So, next, Bills all day, says Zach. Christian says, do you think the Saints can sweep their division? No.
Sweep their division? They can go 4-2. I don't think they can sweep their division because, they played the Panthers 3 times. I know they won all 3, but that's pretty hard to do. Falcons are going to be really good. The Bucks might just try to win one because they're not going to win very many. I think they could lose 5. I'll take 4-2, maybe even 5-1, but I don't think a sweep's happening.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening. I think they'll lose to Atlanta. So
at least one. I'm sorry, Atlanta's going to be very good against them. They were last year. So
Ultra says, I won't spoil my prediction, but I think my prediction will be very similar to Mitch's prediction.
Oh. Oh, really? No.
All right, Ultra. I see you.
Oh.
Caleb says Eagles are still a top 3 team. Obviously, I think so. In the NFC, of course. Arian says, Mitch, when you reach 10,000 subs, can you do skydive? 100,000.
Can you do
all skydive? If we reach 100,000, all skydive. How about that?
Okay. Film that for me, please.
Ultra says, no way, maybe 5-1, but definitely not sweeping the Falcons. So he agrees, even though he's a Falcons fan. So obviously he agrees. Cruisin is in the Dylan camp on Josh Allen.
Yeah. Good man. I'm trying to find these comments. I can't even find where you're at here.
I'm keep scrolling down.
You're pretty high up there then. Have you even
what's Trash Troll World?
Astro World, the Travis Scott album. I'm guessing he's calling it trash.
Oh, what do you think of that album? I'm not really a huge fan of him, so I can't really put my input. I only like a couple songs because I can't listen to a whole album of the guy just with the effects he uses in the auto-tune. It's just too much for me. I just can't. But like, I understand why some people like him. I just can't.
Better trap rappers in the game, but this album was disappointing because it had so much. It
did have a lot of hype, and even the day it came out, it had a huge amount of hype. And obviously, Kylie Jenner helps the hype. Just being honest.
Well, I mean, he's got 2 songs in the top 10. He never had that before, so he gets the stuff sold. But I don't think it was that good.
Ultra says, okay, what is he saying? I don't know what he's talking.
I'm trying to get to where you're at. I feel like you're even higher.
Caleb says I don't have the Rams in the Super Bowl, but in the playoffs. Christian says I think the Saints lose to the Eagles, Falcons, and Rams. So he has them at 13-3. That's the same as me.
Okay.
The real NFC Championship game last year should have been Philly versus the Saints. I agree.
Well, that's all about perspective. Can't change the past.
Caleb says Saints, Vikings, Falcons, Eagles are all in the mix, but I don't know about the Rams. They're too close.
I did see this comment.
And I don't trust Goff to pull through in close situations. I agree with the second part of that. I don't know what they're too close means. Does that mean the Saints, Vikings, Falcons, and Eagles are too close? Like to differentiate?
I feel like I guess that's what he means.
Oh, did you see Ultra gave us $1.99?
I did. Thank you.
Yes.
Very appreciative.
Savage says, don't sleep on Green Bay.
Kev did.
Christian says, I think the Jets could make the playoffs.
You guys.
You're not the only one.
You guys got the. I don't understand.
Well, I have them at what 7-9, so that's not really playoffs. But Kevo has them at like 9-7.
Kevo's a big fan, huge fan. Who's gonna start? Let's talk about that real quick.
Did you like what you saw from Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I was impressed with what I saw. He looked confident. He looked like he could make some good throws, and he was good. It was a good first outing. I'm actually I'll give credit when credit's due.
Oh my God, I just went down on this comments and I just screwed myself.
I don't know where you're at. Just kind of like waiting. Do you guys know Jordan Bowman? I do not.
Oh,
Jordan Bowman. Let's search this cat up. By the way, somebody asked me why I'm talking about MTV on a football podcast.
Bro, we talk about whatever we want to talk about.
I'm sorry. I think Ultra said it, but I mean, still. Apparently he plays in the NFL.
Big Doug Marrone fans here. Chat.
Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me.
Male Kenna says, hi. Hi.
Hey. So
Zach says, Mitch, do you think the Bills will win at least one game against the Patriots? No. Sorry.
Actually, I think I did have them winning one just because I think one playoff or one AFC East team will get a victory.
Not this year. I'll say not this year. Maybe next year.
They play week 7. I think they play week 17, don't they? Or no, Jets and Patriots play week 17.
Never
know, bro. Never know.
You have to get a home playoff game against New England to beat them in the playoffs. Keep in mind, Peyton Manning never beat Tom Brady in New England. That is true. But I think the only team to do it is the Ravens. So I think, if I was being honest, I think the only team that could beat New England in New England is probably the Jaguars, because the Jaguars have the defense. But then again, I don't know if their offense is going to be good enough to do it, because it could be the same as last year.
They almost did it last year, so never know.
Yep. It depends. A lot of Rams talk. Nail says, our QB with Patriots. What?
I saw that. I didn't understand that comment whatsoever.
I play running back and safety. Awesome. Rob says NFL should have copied the college targeting rule, to be honest.
I don't really know what it is off the top of my head. Oh, it's no, that's not what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, because don't you throw them out after? Yeah, you get thrown out in one play.
Ultra knows Kevin's Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's Saints Chargers.
It's obvious. He said it.
He even said in the comment, maybe he already admitted it in the preview.
Yeah. Savage says, a quick call to AT&T. There you go, Dilly.
Hey, I got to figure it out. I'll figure it out. I think we're good now. We're good now.
Y'all should fire AC. Huh? Maybe.
Did somebody actually say that?
Go Skittle. Of course. Hey, maybe if he goes too far one day, you never know.
He went far the day the Eagles won the freaking Super Bowl. He called me out for that.
That was a little too much. Oh, by the way, guys, we had a 20-minute rant conversation on our Panthers preview about Ron Rivera and the ownership, and I cut out like 15 minutes of it, but I just thought you should know that. Just putting that out.
I didn't understand. It just came out of nowhere, and I don't really know where that was founded. Let's see. Do you guys know, this is from Ultra, do you guys know when you guys will reveal your predictions for the Super Bowl? Well, we got a video. It'll come out in the next 2 weeks, but definitely before the season. I don't know. We don't have a specific date yet.
Yeah, probably after the third week of the preseason would be about the time that we do that. And I'm very intrigued to see what we all have.
Yes, I'm very interested.
And I feel like this is going to be the first year in a while that I think this is the lowest we're going to be on my team this year, I think.
I think so too.
Which I think is going to help them.
Oh God, don't play this underdog card.
It's not underdog.
This is not how this works. No, it's Jake Overdog over here.
Miss Snoopy. Or is it Mr. Snoopy?
Mr. Snoop.
Yeah, wait. Mr. Snoopy.
Yeah, Mr. Snoopy. There we go.
Says Tom Brady and Cordero Patterson haven't connected in a team drill since the second practice of training camp. Apparently, Cordero Patterson every practices makes it like a one-handed catch or something.
Cordero,
like even in the preseason game, he made like a one-handed catch. Like he just makes these ridiculous catches like every practice.
He doesn't even seem like a receiver to me. Like I know he is,
he's like a gadget player, but I feel like honestly the Patriots could use him at receiver.
They could, yeah, if they use the play calls well.
I could see it. I think he's at least going to get like a couple touches a game, whether that's like rushes or reverses or screens or something.
Yeah.
Getting
into our Hard Knocks comments here.
Yes, sir. Browns getting 7 wins.
I said 6, so could see it.
That would be more than I think anybody. Oh, I think AC had them at 7 and 9.
Did he? Okay.
Something like that.
Something. Rob says he sees Miami bouncing back to 500. Well, I
maybe.
I don't see it personally.
Why didn't the Patriots receivers right now too? I need to see somebody in preseason step up.
Well, Snoopy said, "Why didn't Belichick trade for Corey Coleman?" I feel like that was just a head decision from the office. It's like just get rid of him as soon as possible.
I don't even know if he would be a good fit.
Well, I don't even know. They wouldn't even gotten contacted for that. I feel like they just found one person and were like, "Here you go." I don't think it was an open invitation to the rest of the league.
Ultra says, screw Ramsey. He doesn't know the first thing about quarterbacks. He thinks Bortles is better than Ryan. Get smoked by Brown again. Get smoked by Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl.
I don't think that last part's true. I just think he's sticking up for a teammate. But I can see why you're mad about the rest of it. Just putting it out there. Let's see.
Gruden is great with quarterbacks.
Gruden is very good, Kiwi. That's his number one project all the time. Ghost Skittle says Watson won't be the same player. I disagree.
I think he might start off rusty, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's just because you haven't been in football for a year. Well, not a year, but like 8 months. Let's see. Somebody said, "Lol, the Ravens." Yeah,
bro. The Ravens, baby.
He's got those Ravens on the bill. I don't know.
Just watch. I'm telling you. Telling you right now.
I'm telling you.
What's up, Mitch? Shout out from India. What's going on, bro? India is the place to be. I want to go to India. Can you set me up?
What would you do? Like, what do you got planned in India?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll do some broadcasts.
Maybe
I'll do a cricket broadcast.
You watch cricket?
No, I don't know the first thing about cricket.
I was like, you don't even watch baseball. You watch cricket? Hey, give it a shot. I don't know. I'm a fan of underwater basket weaving myself, but
Fact or fiction? Dirk Cutter will be the first coach fired. I think he'll get fired, but I don't know if he'll be the first.
Fact.
So I'll say fact.
Facts. I think he should be fired. The way that he's been playing. Ghost Skittle says, "What games do you plan on live reacting week 1?" Well, we did discuss this. Should we reveal it? Should we reveal it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So I don't think we're gonna do the opening night game, Eagles Falcons. I don't think we're all gonna be able to. I
think AC will be drunk. Dilly will be at work. I'll be probably watching the game somewhere else. And Kevil doesn't do live streams.
So let's say that's a no. We're gonna do Texans Patriots.
Yes.
That's a game that looks very, very good on paper, and it's the best. I know the other game is San Francisco and Minnesota. That looks very good, but Texans Patriots what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna do a Monday Night Football live recap. Not the first game, but the second game, the Raiders and the Rams. It looks like a very good game. So
yep, we're doing those two.
You'll see on Sunday.
I wanted to ask you guys, would you guys like me to do the preseason game tomorrow, Patriots Eagles? I was thinking about just doing it for fun.
Oh.
Just to come on here and talk and watch the game. Plus, it's like the Super Bowl rematch in the preseason. So.
In the preseason.
I mean, maybe anyone's interested in that. I don't know, but I'd be willing to do. I'm gonna be watching the game anyways. So if you guys want to do that, then sure.
That's fair. I might be on here. I got some plans, but don't know when they're going to end. So we'll see.
So I'm talking about this fantasy league right now, Dilly.
Yes, sir.
I've sent these invites to a couple fellows. They haven't joined yet. So I want to know if anyone else wants to join the fantasy league. If you want to join the fantasy league, hit us up right now, and I'll boot these suckers out, and I'll let you guys in because they haven't responded yet. Everybody except for them has. So I feel like giving other people the chance to join.
I'm super excited for fantasy this year. Like I'm going all in.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And also, Dylan, I think it's a good time to announce we're gonna do a pick'em with the viewers this year.
Oh yes, I like that.
So I think we need to start. I don't know. I guess we could do like an ESPN one or something. Like NFL.com. We could do like a pick'em, and that's how we'll just keep track of the wins. So if you want to join the pick'em. Basically every week when we do our predictions video, which we do live and our weekly picks, you guys just go in the live chat, you post your picks, all of them and just say, and you'll be in the pick'em. Like before the season, I'll make a video. I have the link of the pick'em. You can join the pick'em there, or you can search it up and everyone can do it weekly. And that's how we'll keep track of the winner. And we'll probably do a prize for the winner as well. And you can see how your picks do against ours and vice versa. Also on our pick show this year, we're going to add the point spread to it. So that's going to be fun.
Ooh, I like that. I love that. I do like pick and fan. Pick'em was interesting last year because Kev always picked the Browns. He always picked teams that like nobody else would pick, and that's why he got last. But and then AC took it out at the end. So that was the first time we did all 4 of us. So this is gonna be the second year we do that. And then fantasy, I like that. All right, last year was interesting. So hoping to do better.
We're gonna do like pick because Savage Larry said we're gonna pick winners, but we're also gonna have a second side of doing point spread. So we're gonna have both. So we'll have
like it wouldn't. Yeah, your loss wouldn't come from you picking the wrong point spread.
No, but you guys don't. It's just us doing the point spread. I mean, if you want to do it, you can. But the pick'em is just like picking the games.
Yeah.
But for us, we're gonna do also point spread. Do you think Ralph Webb will end up like Austin Carr from last year, or do you think he can make the roster? I think he can make the roster, but I don't think he makes the roster unless he has another great game. I know what you mean with Austin Carr. He was like great last year, and then he got cut and went to the Saints. That could happen. I think he's going to make an NFL roster. I just don't know if it's going to be the Patriots because they have so many running backs. But I would like to keep him around. I just think that a team, if the Patriots don't put him on their roster, a team will ultimately pick him up that needs a running back. So that's my answer for you. I think he likely doesn't make the roster of the Patriots, but will make an NFL roster.
He'll make a roster. I mean, gotta do what you gotta do, man.
What do you think of this comment? Vincent says Ramsey wouldn't be anything without that pass rush.
I mean, he was the top cornerback in the league last year. I mean, yeah, I understand that you have to have a pretty good defensive line to win, but he played his own. What was his PFF, like a 96? No, not buying that. That's fiction on the Rob Factor fiction list.
Yeah, man, I had to change it to the Ravens.
Again, this is hey,
bro. Watch out.
My slogan lately has been "You do you." So you can make that. It's not
you know why I'm doing this, right? Because then if the Raiders make it, I can say, "Oh yeah, I picked them, but I didn't." No, it's the AC effect. That's what he does.
He does do this quite often. He likes to get himself an escape route there.
Yeah, AC is very good at that.
He's also a very good escape artist when it comes to these videos. But in terms of other, I'm sorry, that I didn't mean to throw shade.
All right, what do we want to finish with, Dilly?
What do we want to finish with?
It's getting dark over here. I don't got no more lights.
Did you break the light again?
No, bro, I broke the light. Okay, so what happened? We were filming, or we were gonna film. And like 5 minutes before we were going to film, I trip over the freaking cord. It slams on because it's just like lights. It's like lights, like light bulbs, like open, and then it's like a stand. So like if it falls, it's going to break. So it falls, it breaks. Part of the light bulb is still in the thing. So I reach my hand into the thing. I get fucking electrocuted. So I'm like, ugh, and then I have to do the video. That's what happened.
It shocked you, It shocked everybody here. That's funny. It sucks, but it's kind of funny. Ghost Kittle says AC is the Brock Lesnar of the bottom line view. Now that, top quality. I don't think he's the champion of our group. Well, I guess he is. His Eagles won this. Oh my God, the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
He's a champion. Nobody wants is the champion.
He doesn't show. That's actually accurate.
Do you see Ryan Lewis or J.C. Jackson make? I think J.C. Jackson will make the roster. I don't think Ryan Lewis will, but I think J.C. Jackson will. I heard John Jones was playing good, and I want to see him in preseason. I want to see if he suits up because he was pretty good last year, and they need a slot corner to step up. So I think, and also the Jason McCourty and Eric Rowe battle is getting pretty feisty. So I'm watching that. I'm gonna be watching that. And hopefully Eric Decker can catch the ball. I'll be watching that.
Hey, I do like that signing. That's a good signing. He did drop the ball in the playoff game in Tennessee, but he'll do well. I think he will do well. Yeah, I think that's actually I do want to talk about one thing.
Oh, okay.
I do find it interesting. I brought up Gruden. He's gonna play his first game on Monday night. because you've been commentating for 8
Yes.
years. I find that pretty intriguing. To say
That's why we're doing a live stream.
Be like, hey, you're back. We're gonna I do want to get more live streams this year. I don't know how busy we're gonna be, but I hope you guys enjoy that because those are really fun.
Right, Dylan? 100,000 subscribers, skydive.
Yes.
Make it happen.
Hold on. First of all, I can't do it. You're not allowed to do it unless you're 21 here. So
100,000 subscribers, skydive. Mitch Milani. I'll do it.
There you go. I will do a 2-ladder jump off of something. There you go. You know,
you do that for fun. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this preseason chat from the boys at the bottom of my view. It's Mitch and Dilly Vanilli. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't already and you're just stumbling upon this video, hit subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Tomorrow I'll be live here, I guess, doing a reaction and talking to you guys about the Patriots-Eagles game. So if you want to hop in there, I'll be on. All right.
I have a video also tomorrow. We'll be talking about the most intriguing teams of 2018. So stay tuned for that. Oh,
to add on to the content coming out, a few little fantasy football videos coming out soon from myself. So go check those out as well to help you guys lose in our league. All right. Peace out, guys.